Hello, my name is Tom Stiles, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show number 169. And what I'm trying to show you here is my antenna on my Grundig 750 shortwave radio. From the last video I did on this radio, I got a comment because I mentioned that you have to be very careful when extending the built-in telescopic antenna, and the fact that you have to kind of work hard at getting it fully extended so that you get it completely out, so then you get the connection where it allows you to rotate the antenna. So I'm going to try to show you how to do that. And one of the key things is you want to make sure you've got full access to the antenna. You don't want to have to lean.
80.8 degrees Fahrenheit. The outdoor temperature is 81.5 degrees Fahrenheit.
Why does that always happen? That I start a video on the hour so that my talking thermometer tells me what the temperature is. Either that or the phone rings. Alright, we'll continue. So anyway, as I was saying, you want to have complete access to this. So you don't want to have to lean over the radio, because you want to pull it straight up, all the way straight. You don't want to get on an angle and break it. That's the key thing. So first thing you do is you grab the tip here. Now, one thing about this tip, I read that some of the models, probably the earlier models, this tip, the very tip part here, was plastic. So if you wanted to use an external antenna that had one of those clip-on devices, you don't want to clip it onto this because you get no connection because it's plastic. But I won't see why you would do that, because you have so many external antenna connections. I don't know. Unless, of course, the you've got one of those like Sagan little, I think it's like 28 feet or something, that has the clip on it, and it doesn't have a connector, so you'd have to use that. But what you would do then is you'd clip to the base of it. So as you can see, the first section is very, very thin, so you want to get away from pulling on that section as soon as possible. So you pull that up and you extend the next one. It's still pretty thin, and what you want to do is continue to move your fingers down so you grab the stronger and stronger sections. Oh, there's another section. There's another section. Now I'm getting now this, of course, is a brand new radio, so probably after you've done this a few times it won't be as stiff. But this is really stiff. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the bottom and make sure all these sections are fully extended as I go. Not grab hold of the end of it and then pull it trying to fully extend it. So I got I think about half of this. Is a really long antenna, so it's getting tougher to pull it out. Yep, that one's fully extended. So I go down and I grab the next biggest one, and it's really, I mean, I'm putting a lot of pressure on this, so I've got to make sure that I'm pulling straight up. Okay, now it's real. I mean, I am really I'm having to hold the radio down because this is so tight and so stiff trying to pull this out, and I hope I don't break the thing trying to show you how to do it the proper way. So anyway, I've got that section out. There comes the next section, and finally the last section came out, and here is the little connection where you can tilt the antenna. See there? You can tilt the antenna and you can rotate the antenna. And like I said, you want to only work with the strongest section that you can get a hold of. So when you're tilting it, don't grab the end of it and tilt it. It's the worst thing you can do. Grab the base of it and tilt it, and kind of give your finger, your one finger a little brace so that you're not pulling on it like this. Don't pull on it like that. Kind of brace it like this. Use your thumb and finger like that. So that's how you fully extend it. Same thing is true when you're putting it back in. Start with the lowest section. In this case, I'm going to have to use two hands because it is stiff, really stiff. And I'll push down on that bottom section, try to get it fully collapsed. There, I got it fully collapsed. Go to the next section, then the next section, down, 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 and then finally, now that all those sections are almost completely collapsed, not completely, I can push on the top to get that finally in. And that bottom section was still sticking out a little bit, so I had to put a lot of pressure on it to push this down. Again, I was making sure that I was pushing straight down and not on an angle. So I hope that helps. Again, this is a brand new radio, and pulling that out is really, really stiff. I mean, it's unbelievably stiff. I could actually pick up the whole radio, which would be disastrous because I'm sure it would break off the antenna, trying to get that last section off. So I had to hold the radio down with one hand and then pull with the other hand to get those last few sections. Luckily for me, I'm using an external antenna, so I don't plan on using this internal antenna that much. The only time I would use it, as I mentioned, is I believe this is the only antenna there is for the airband. I don't think any of these external connections are okay. I'm just going to look at this right now. That's B and C is for shortwave. That one's for FM. These little clips down here are for shortwave, and this is your internal-external antenna switch, and there are no other antenna connections, except there is an antenna connection for the AM band right there. I didn't even notice that until now. So that's the way I suggest that you extend this internal antenna. So I hope that's of some help. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.